Hi everybody, and welcome to another episode. This tutorial is going to focus on Facebook ads. My name is Michael Jamison. I am the founder and CEO of JDMS Global. Make sure to hit that like button and you can subscribe to my channel as well. So let's dive right in. So the first thing we're going to want to know, we need to know the Facebook ads structure. Okay, now this can get confusing to a lot of people. I want to try to explain it as simple as possible. So Facebook is a multi-billion-dollar platform. The ads platform is a multi-billion-dollar platform. There is 11 marketing objectives that you can use. So let's look at the structure. So here we have the number one in the green, the campaign level. Okay, this level corresponds to a single advertising objective. What do you want to advertise about? It could be a product, it could be a service, it could be anything. Okay, what is your objective? Okay, what is your objective for this campaign? Do you want to sell a product? Do you want to sell a service? And so on. Next, in the blue, you've got your ad sets. Now in this part of your campaign structure, you set a budget and a schedule for each of your ad sets. Why isn't there just one? Well, because you want to test more than one and then pick the best one out of them. You organize each set by audience segment. Example, people who live near your store, or people who are interested in the specific niche that you're advertising. Okay, you need the data for this. Before you even start a campaign, you need the data, and I'll show you this later on. Now, the next part of this structure is your ads. Okay, each ad set can feature multiple ads featuring different images, text, links, or video. You'll still define the creative targeting and bidding for each of your ads. For example, you have your two ad sets, okay? Each ad set is budgeted differently. Then you have your different ads. You have a video ad if you want. You have a stagnant product, one page ad if you want. You have multiple slides if you want, and etc. Why isn't there just one, you ask? Well, you want to pick the best one out of these. You don't want to be wasting any money on your ads. It'd be like throwing your money out the window. So you pick the best one out of these and continue to run it and adjust your budget and your ad set as applicable. Now, there's a lot more to cover. We're not even putting a dent in this, folks. This is just the structure. Okay, now you're in your ads manager. Now, before we go on, I want to stress this. You need a Facebook pixel. You need a Facebook business account. Now, when you're on your ads manager, where the red arrows are, you see what different objectives you have. There are 11. You've got brand awareness, local awareness, reach. I don't use any of them. Consideration, traffic, engagement, app installs, video views, lead generations. Then you got conversion. This is what I use to sell my products, if you're selling products through Shopify and so on. You have conversions, product catalog sales, store visits. So if you're a drop shipper, I would shoot for conversions. Why? Because that will fire the pixel on the people that purchase your products on your website. Okay? Product catalog sales I don't usually use, and store visits I don't usually use unless I want, of course, to know how many people are visiting my website or my store. So After you make your selection, now this is your campaign level, okay? Now, once you make your selection, most likely conversions, you would make that selection. Now, here's something that I forgot to mention. When you're new at this and you've just created your account and your pixel and so on, and you have a brand new account, what you'd want to do is you'd want to do what's called brand awareness, okay? You would want to basically buy likes to get everyone to know the brand awareness. So, at $5 a day for 7 days, you would run this kind of campaign. So, with $5 a day at 7 days for the like campaign, you're basically getting used to the feeling. You're getting Facebook to let them bill you for placing this type of ad. It kind of gets you warmed up and to get going into an actual conversion campaign. Now, underneath that is something called local awareness. This is if you have a brick and mortar business and you want people to know where your business is located. It's just basically awareness of the actual store. Now, what reach is underneath that, it's just for people to see your ad. That is it. They're not purchasing anything. You're basically throwing your money out the window yet again. Don't use that. I don't use it. Just don't use it. You'll be wasting your money. So the reach is for like huge companies like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, things like that have millions of dollars just to buy eyeballs. So you actually need a lot of money for this. You need to be a big corporation. Now, here we have the section on consideration. The first one is traffic. All that is people clicking on the link to wherever you want Facebook to have your customers to go. The next one is engagement. Now, a lot of people call this a PPE campaign, post per engagement. That is good if you want a lot of engagement on your page and so on. The next one is app installs. This is for the big Angry Bird company, big gaming companies that know a lot about code, computer code, things like that, to sell their apps. The next one is video views. Let's talk about this for a minute. So with video views, you're paying Facebook for the first 3 seconds of people viewing your video, and they will optimize your video for you for the first 3 seconds. The next one is lead generation. This is like for email campaigns if you want your customers to leave their email so you can run an email campaign. Okay, so do you have your Facebook pixel yet? Because you're going to need it for this. This section is on the conversions, very important. Okay, this will tell you how many people have purchased your product, if anyone has purchased your product on your website. Okay, so you need a Facebook pixel for this, for the standard event, whether it's add to cart, purchase, etc. Now, if you're using Shopify platform, you need to install the Facebook pixel in the Shopify platform. And there are simple instructions in Shopify to show you how to do it. Now, JDMS Global here, we always use conversions. It is very important. We always use the conversions because we're telling Facebook is telling us and giving us data on how many people have visited the website, have made the purchase, add to cart, simple purchase, and we are also telling Facebook that, look, we are selling this specific product and we are optimizing our ads to get more people to purchase the product. So you're telling Facebook the ultimate goal is for you to make a sale. Now, product catalog sales. Now, let's say somebody went to your website and they were interested in something and they didn't buy. They abandoned their cart. what you could do is run a retargeting campaign, and Facebook will have the items that they abandoned cart in, maybe similar items that is in your catalog, different products that you sell. Now, store visits. Now, if you're running a mom and pop store, a brick and mortar store in the local area, you have your own store, this is where this would come in handy. This is where you would have advertise for your customers to come visit your store. Now, let's start setting up the conversion campaign. We want to sell your product, right? And a lot of them. After you have selected your objective, you go into conversions, okay? So after you click on all that's going to bring you here. Go ahead and give your campaign a name. Only you can see this, so go ahead and give it a name, something that you can remember that's going to show up on your ads manager. Now, I want to stress this yet again. Do your research. Whatever your niche is, search for the products that the people are actually searching for. Use keyword research, all kinds of things like that. Do your research. Whatever product that you are selling according to your niche, do the research on it and pick the best one that you think that will sell good. Here is a research site that we use. It's called watchcount.com. This is what we use to, according to any niche that we have, that we would search for certain products that are selling at the highest rate. This is just one of the many research tools that you can use. So you gave your campaign a name, you did all your research, finally you got a great product. You would come to this point, all right? The ad set, defining your audience and budget and schedule. So you would always, this is what we always do, what we do at JDMS Global, we always do the purchase event. Now you're going to get different colors on the drop-down selection. All this means in the red, all that means that the pixel hasn't picked up enough data yet. You can still use it, doesn't matter. In the green, that means that your pixel has enough data and you're ready to go. You're going to scroll down a little bit and go here. You're going to skip custom audience. Now here's something important and we need to talk about, locations. There are a lot of people that make mistakes on this part. I'm going to explain this in detail. By default, Facebook puts everyone in this location. Now, this is for people that travel. Anyone who travels to that location are going to see that ad. You don't want that. You want everyone who lives in this location. So for instance, you select the United States, you would select from the drop down in locations, everyone who lives in this location. Okay, do not click the default that Facebook gives you. Drop down, select everyone who lives in this location, and we have the United States. Let's face it, folks, what are the chances of someone buying while they are traveling? So it's best to click everyone who lives in this location. They're not going to buy anything if they're traveling. A lot of times people make the big mistake of selecting all kinds of different areas. You need to focus on one country at a time so that you can get your data, so that your pixel gets used to what you're doing. You need to select one country at a time. Now you scroll down a little bit and you'll see the age section and the gender section and the language. For the age, it is important to know that you don't want to have too young of an age, because to be honest, how many 18-year-olds have massive credit card stacks in their wallet? You want to do your research and make sure you click the correct age. Now when you're selecting all this, keep in mind that your Facebook pixel is learning from all this, okay? Your Facebook pixel is actually learning, and it's actually going to take a couple days for your Facebook pixel to get all the data that it needs to sell your product. Next is gender. Do your research. I cannot stress this enough. Do your research. Is there going to be more men buying your product, more women buying your product? Think about it. Next is language. You want to do English all. Let's face it, folks, the entire world is pretty diverse in the English language. Scroll down a little bit and you'll have the section called detailed targeting. This is very important. This is the make or break. You see that little dial on the top right hand side where there's the different colors of red, green, yellow. If you're just starting with Facebook ads, you never ever want to go above the 1 million mark. Now this dial moves every time you make a selection. Your target range would be around 200K to 600K. That's 200,000 to 600,000. Your target range has to be less than 1 million. So back to the detailed targeting. Make your selection, whatever your niche is, about what kind of product you're selling, and write that down in that area. Then it's going to drop down and give you all of the other suggestions. Go ahead and pick a few. You can also exclude people. I would exclude people that are interested in Shopify. Obviously, you don't want your customers to know what you paid for the product. And also, if you're in the drop shipping business, exclude people who are interested in Amazon, AliExpress, things like that. You don't want people to know what you paid for your product. So essentially what you are doing is you are narrowing the audience down. Now on this part, uncheck that box. You're not going to need that. That's just Facebook is going to try to get more money out of you and yada yada yada. Just uncheck that box. We never use it. Uncheck automatic placement. Another way you'll be throwing your money out of the window. Do not check that. Do not have that. We don't use it. Now in this part, you're going to want to select mobile only in the drop down. Now after you do that, make sure you uncheck everything except for Facebook news feed. Why mobile news feed? Well, this is why. Now, you're going to set your budget to $5 a day. Scroll down some more. Select your conversion window to 1 day click. Do not click anything. 1 day click. You want the data every day. Now, after you have clicked continue, you'd come to this part, the format. You have different selections here: carousel, single videos, single image, things like that. What we usually do is we usually always select the carousel. We also do the single video too. So just make your selection here. So what we'll do is we'll run 3 different ads. This will be the testing phase. We want to find out which ad is doing the best, whether it be carousel, single image, or single video. We're going to pick the best one. Of course, after we run them at $5 a day for 5 days, 7 days, what have you, once we collect the data from that, then we'll know which one to keep running and shut the rest off. Now when you're creating your ad, whether it be the carousel or single image or single video, be creative. Go to canva.com, select the best pictures, the eye catcher. Be creative, be eye-catching to your customers. Now once you have done that, you would add your images, download your images, and then you would come to a section that's called page and links. Do you have a Facebook business page? Do you have a Facebook fan page? Because you're going to need it here. You would type in your Facebook page and then type in the URL of your store, your Shopify store. So then you would enter in your website URL, enter in all the other information, the text. You want to be creative on this. You want to catch the customer's attention. This is where I have talked about the psychology of selling products before. You would also go down where the red box is highlighted there. Pay attention to that. You want to make sure you do call to action, the shop now, buy now, yada yada yada. Now you can scroll down a little bit more and you can add more information on your product description, and after you're done with all that, on the very bottom right hand corner you'll see a green box that says place order. Click that. After all that is done and you place the order, repeat the steps to make your second ad and third ad. Okay, it's rinse and repeat. So let's recap what we've learned. Okay, we've learned the structure. We did the campaign. We did the ad sets. Then we did the ads. Okay, all this information is given to you for free. I don't want to sell you anything. I don't need to sell you anything. All I just want to do is just to help people out who is having a difficult time placing an ad on Facebook. You can like my page, subscribe to my channel, and you will have further episodes down the line to show you more about internet marketing. Thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.